My name is Julian Mercer Hale. I was 29 when my phone buzzed during my own engagement, and everything I thought I knew shifted in a single message. You're fired. Consider it my gift. No greeting, no explanation, just that, from my boss's daughter. I read it once, then again, standing there in a room full of people celebrating me, while someone quietly ended my career. "What is it?" my fiancée asked. I turned the phone toward her, didn't say anything. She read it, and smiled. Not shocked, not confused, smiled. That was the moment, not the message, her reaction, because people don't smile at bad news, unless it isn't bad for them. "That's weird," she said, handing the phone back. Weird, that's all. No concern, no questions, just dismissal. I nodded, slipped the phone into my pocket, and said nothing, because something didn't sit right. Not loud, not obvious, just wrong. The party kept going. Music, laughter, people shaking my hand like everything was normal. But I wasn't there anymore, not really. I was watching her, the way she stayed relaxed, the way she didn't ask anything else, like she already knew. 3 hours later, I checked my phone again. 108 missed calls. Same number, over and over, and just like that. I knew one thing. This wasn't a mistake. This was a move, and I had just seen the first part of it. I didn't call back right away. That's what they expected. Panic, confusion, questions. I gave them none of that. I just stood there, phone in my hand, staring at the missed calls. Same number, relentless. That wasn't someone firing me. That was someone trying to fix something. I stepped outside, away from the noise, away from the room, because whatever this was, it wasn't meant for an audience. I called back. It rang once, picked up instantly. "Julian." Finally, my boss's voice came through, tight. "Where are you?" "Why did your daughter fire me?" I asked. Silence, short. Then, "What?" he said, not acting, not pretending, confused, real confusion. "She sent a message," I said. 3 hours ago." Another pause, longer this time. Then, "I didn't tell her to do that," he replied. That line mattered, because it meant one thing. She acted alone, or worse, on someone else's behalf. "You need to come in tomorrow," he added. "First thing." "No," I said. A pause. Then I added, "I need to understand something first." Silence again. "What?" he asked. I looked back through the glass, at the room, at my fiancée, laughing, relaxed, like nothing had happened. "Who benefits if I lose my job tonight?" I asked. No answer, because the answer wasn't on the phone. It was inside, right behind me. I ended the call. Didn't go back in immediately, because now, this wasn't about getting my job back. This was about understanding why someone thought taking it wouldn't hurt me. And there was only one person in that room who reacted like it didn't. I went back inside like nothing had changed. Same music, same laughter, same people pretending everything was perfect. I walked straight toward her. Didn't rush, didn't hesitate. Just direct. "You okay?" she asked when I got close. I nodded once. "Yeah." Then I leaned in slightly, lowered my voice. "Why did she fire me?" Her smile didn't drop. Not immediately. That was the problem. "What do you mean?" she said, too smooth, too ready. "The message," I replied. "From her." A small pause. Then she shrugged. "Maybe she doesn't like you." That answer wasn't random. It was deflection. Light. Dismissive. Like it didn't matter. I watched her for a second, because now I wasn't listening to her words. I was watching the gaps between them. "You smiled," I said. That caught her off guard, just for a second. "What?" "When I showed you the message," I added. "You smiled." Silence, short. Then she laughed. "You're overthinking it." Maybe, or maybe, I wasn't thinking enough before. I stepped back slightly, gave her space, because pushing now would end it too early. "You're right," I said, calm, flat. I probably am. That relaxed her. I saw it. Instantly. Because now, she thought I dropped it. I didn't. Not even close. I just changed the approach. Because if this was planned, then it didn't start tonight. And if it didn't start tonight, then there were more pieces. I just needed to let them show. So I smiled, stayed, played along. Because sometimes, you don't confront the lie. You wait for it to grow. And when it does, it exposes everything on its own. I stayed through the rest of it, smiled when I needed to, shook hands, accepted congratulations, played my role, because walking out would have ended it too early, and I needed more than a reaction. I needed proof. An hour later, I found it, not by searching, by waiting. She stepped away from the crowd, toward the hallway, phone in her hand, same pattern. I gave it 10 seconds, then followed. Not close enough to be seen, just enough to hear. I told you it's done, she whispered. Pause, then, no, he doesn't know. My chest tightened, not surprise. Confirmation. Yeah, he saw the message, she added. He thinks it's random. Silence. Then a low voice answered. Not her, not my boss's daughter, male. You're sure he won't connect it? She laughed softly. No chance. He's not thinking like that. That landed, harder than anything else, because it wasn't just a plan, it was confidence. I'll handle the next part, she said. Just give me time. Next part. There it was. I stepped back, slow, careful, because now, this wasn't suspicion. It was a timeline, a sequence, and I had just heard step one. I walked back into the main room. Same music, same noise. Nothing had changed, except now. I knew she wasn't reacting to what happened. She was controlling it, and that meant whatever came next was already planned. I just had to be ready for it. I stayed through the rest of it, smiled when I needed to, shook hands, accepted congratulations, played my role, because walking out would have ended it too early. And I needed more than a reaction. I needed proof. An hour later, I found it, not by searching, by waiting. She stepped away from the crowd, toward the hallway, phone in her hand, same pattern. I gave it 10 seconds, then followed, not close enough to be seen, just enough to hear. I told you it's done, she whispered. Pause, then, no, he doesn't know. My chest tightened, not surprise, confirmation. Yeah, he saw the message, she added. He thinks it's random. Silence, then a low voice answered. Not her, not my boss's daughter, male. You're sure he won't connect it? She laughed softly. No chance. He's not thinking like that. That landed, harder than anything else, because it wasn't just a plan. It was confidence. I'll handle the next part, she said. Just give me time. Next part. There it was. I stepped back. Slow. Careful. Because now, this wasn't suspicion. It was a timeline. A sequence. And I had just heard step one. I walked back into the main room. Same music. Same noise. Nothing had changed. Except now. I knew. She wasn't reacting to what happened. She was controlling it. And that meant whatever came next was already planned. I just had to be ready for it. I didn't confront her. Not yet. Because once you expose a plan, you lose the chance to see how far it goes. So I stayed quiet, watched, waited. And by the time the last guest left, she made her move. Maybe you should just take a break, she said casually while we were alone. There it was. Not, we'll figure it out. Not, we'll fix this. Just step back. From what? I asked. Work, she replied. Everything's a mess right now. Everything. That word again. I nodded slowly. Right. A pause. Then I added, what if I don't? She didn't answer immediately. That hesitation was new, because now I wasn't following the script. You should, she said finally. It'll make things easier. Easier for who? I didn't ask. I already knew. I stepped closer, just enough to change the tone. Is that why she fired me? I asked quietly. Her expression didn't break, but it shifted. Small, controlled. I told you. I don't know why she did that, she replied. Lie, clean, practiced. I nodded once. Of course. Then I stepped back again, gave her space, because now I wasn't trying to catch her. I was letting her continue, and the more she continued, the more she exposed. I grabbed my jacket. Where are you going? She asked. Out, I said. A small pause. Then I added, just need some air. She didn't stop me, didn't ask more, because she thought she was still ahead. She wasn't, not anymore, because now I wasn't reacting, I was planning, and whatever her next part was, I was going to meet it before it reached me. I didn't go far, just sat in my car, engine off, phone in my hand, because if she had a next step, it would happen tonight. People don't wait when they think they're winning. I checked the missed calls again. Same number. My boss, still calling. That didn't make sense earlier. Now it did. I called him again. He picked up immediately. Julian, listen to me, he said fast. That message, ignore it. You're not fired. I didn't react. Then why send it? I asked. I didn't, he said. She did, and she wasn't supposed to. Not supposed to. That meant there was a plan, just not that version of it. What was she supposed to do? I asked. Silence. Then, she was told to get you to resign, he said, not fire you. My chest tightened. Resign. Voluntarily. Cleaner. Safer. No questions. Who told her that? I asked. Another pause. Longer. Then, I don't know, he said. He was lying. Not clean. Not confident. Just enough to hide something. Don't do anything tonight, he added. We'll fix this tomorrow. Too late. It was already moving. I ended the call, sat there for a second, thinking, because now, the pieces were clear. Step 1, shock. Step 2, pressure. Step 3, resignation. But something went wrong. She rushed it, changed it, which meant someone behind her wasn't in full control. And that made it dangerous, because now they would push harder, faster, and if I waited, I'd be reacting. I started the engine, because this part, I wasn't letting play out on their terms. I didn't go back inside. Not yet. Instead, I made one call, not to my boss, not to her, to someone else, someone who didn't guess, someone who verified. Can you pull something for me? I said, short, clear, a name, a number, a connection. I waited. 3 minutes. Then my phone buzzed. One message. You're not the first. My grip tightened, because that meant this wasn't random. This wasn't personal. This was a pattern. I opened the file. Names. 3 of them. Former employees. All engaged. All suddenly let go. All resigned within a week. Same timing. Same sequence. Same result. My chest went cold, because now, this wasn't just about me. This was a system, controlled, repeated, and she was part of it. I stepped out of the car, walked back toward the house. This time, not slow, not careful, just direct, because now, there was nothing left to wait for. I opened the door. She was already there, standing in the hallway, waiting. That told me everything. You're late, she said, not worried, not curious, just measuring. I closed the door behind me, slow, then walked past her, into the living room. She followed. Julian, we need to talk, she said. I turned, looked at her, really looked, then asked, how many were there before me? Silence. Immediate. Because that question wasn't guesswork, it was knowledge. Her face changed, not completely, but enough, and that's when I knew. This wasn't her first time doing this. It was just the first time. Someone caught it early. She didn't answer. Not right away. Just stood there, measuring how much I actually knew. How many? I repeated. Calm. No anger left. That made it worse for her. Julian, it's not what you think, she said. That line never means anything good. I nodded slowly. 3 before me, I said. Same pattern, same timing. Her silence confirmed it. Not denial, not shock, just acceptance. That wasn't my idea, she said finally. There it was, not innocence, just distance from the plan. Whose was it? I asked. She hesitated. That was the only answer I needed. I stepped closer, just enough to change the pressure. You smiled, I said quietly. When I got fired. Her eyes dropped, because she remembered. Do you know what that means? I added. No response, so I answered for her. It means you weren't reacting. A pause. You were expecting it. Silence filled the room. Heavy. Final. I pulled my phone out, opened the message, turned it toward her. You rushed it, I said. You weren't supposed to fire me. Her head snapped up. That hit. Hard. Which means someone behind you is losing control, I continued. A small pause. Then the last line. And I already spoke to him. Her face changed completely. Because now, this wasn't just exposure. It was collapse. The plan, the control, everything she thought she had, was gone. I stepped back, picked up my jacket, and walked toward the door. She didn't stop me, didn't say anything, because now, there was nothing left to say. Some people don't lose because they fail. They lose because someone finally sees the pattern and ends it.